Be a calm person. Seek the essentials and get rid of the excesses. Have you ever felt like the world is spinning too fast? Like we're overwhelmed, bombarded by opinions, information, and expectations every single moment? And amidst this chaos, have you noticed how hard it is to stay calm, as if every little problem is a towering obstacle in your path? We're living in strange times, an era where exhaustion isn't just physical, but emotional and mental too. We feel trapped in a cycle of excess, comparisons, and external pressures trying to shape us. But what if I told you there's a way to escape this? A way to regain control, to move forward without getting consumed. Think of a calm dog. Simple, relaxed, looking at the world around it with an almost unshakable serenity. A meme that behind the humor carries a profound message, that even in the face of adversity, it's possible to maintain reason and inner peace. Today, I want to show you how this idea, connected to Stoic teachings and a more rational approach, can change your perspective. Let's explore how you can tackle challenges, tune out unnecessary noise, and move forward with tranquility and purpose. If this seems impossible in a world like ours, give this journey a chance. The answer might be simpler than it appears. Let's discover it together. 1. Context of today's society. Have you ever stopped to think about how constantly tired we are? It's not just the body, it's the mind, the heart, even the soul. It feels like we're all living on autopilot, trying to keep up with a pace that never slows down. We're surrounded by notifications, opinions, and demands, as if the world never lets us breathe. And the result? A growing emptiness. We feel like something is always missing, even when we have everything. It seems that the more we try to fill our lives, the more we lose sight of what truly matters. It's like being in a room full of people talking at the same time. There's so much noise, so much happening, that it's hard to hear our own voice. Do you feel that too? That invisible pressure to always do more, to be more, while energy and creativity seem to be draining away. We live in an age of excess, too much information, too many comparisons, too many expectations. And ironically, the more we have, the less fulfilled we feel. This is liquid modernity. Everything passes quickly, nothing stays, and we end up floating without a clear purpose. But what if there was a way out? What if, amidst all this noise, we could find a calmer, more conscious path? The calm dog meme isn't just a joke, it's a powerful reminder that even in a chaotic world, we can still choose how to react. The great truth is that we can't control what's happening outside, but we can control how we feel inside. And that's what makes this message so valuable. Because in such dark times, optimistic attitudes aren't just necessary, they're revolutionary. So, I invite you to reflect. What can we do to slow down, to set aside the excess and focus on the essentials? The answer lies within each of us, and together we can discover how to transform tiredness into strength and noise into clarity. Let's continue. It's curious how, in a world so full of stimuli, we find it difficult to listen to what really matters, our own voice. We're constantly surrounded by opinions, advice, and judgments from all sides. But do all these voices around us really have something valuable to offer? Or are we, in trying to please everyone, distancing ourselves from what we truly want? Now, let's talk about something essential to regain that internal connection. Learning not to be influenced by others. 2. The importance of not letting others influence you. How many times have you heard someone say, "This won't work," or "Maybe it's better if you stay where you are"? Words like these, often spoken without malice, have the power to plant doubts and steer us off our path. And you know what the truth is? Most of these people have no idea what you're going through or the dreams you carry. Today, influence is everywhere. On social media, in everyday conversations, even in that seemingly harmless comment. But the question you need to ask yourself is, does this reflect what I want, or am I just absorbing what others think? When you have a plan, a clear vision of what you want, the world will always try to test you. Negative opinions will come, comparisons will happen, but the secret lies in filtering all of it. It's not about ignoring the world, it's about prioritizing what truly matters. Imagine your life is like a boat sailing on the ocean. If you start letting anyone throw baggage onto it, soon it will be overloaded without direction. So choose carefully what to carry, who to listen to, and what to leave behind. This doesn't mean shutting your ears completely. Sometimes constructive criticism can bring valuable insights, but it requires discernment. Stop, breathe, and ask yourself, does this opinion help me grow or just hold me back? You have something no one else has. Your vision, your journey, your dreams. And that's what makes you unique. Don't let external voices dim your light or divert you from your path. Trust what you know, what you feel, and what you're capable of achieving. And more importantly, remember, those who try to discourage you are often just reflecting their own insecurities. Don't let these shadows interfere with your shine. Keep your focus on your purpose. Ready for the next step? Let's continue discovering how to make this journey even more meaningful. Now that we understand the importance of protecting our individuality amidst others' opinions, another question arises. What are we doing with the time we have? Because deep down, time isn't just a resource, it's the essence of our lives. And unfortunately, we often treat it as if it were infinite. Let's talk about that. 3. The perception of time and the information overload. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I don't have time for this," or "the day needs more hours"? It's a common phrase, but if we stop to think about it, do we really lack time? Or are we spending the time we have on things that don't matter? We live in an era where excess dominates. Too much information, too many stimuli, too many things to do. It's like we're constantly trying to drink water from a fire hose, too fast, too heavy, and in the end we can't truly absorb anything. What happens when you spend hours and hours scrolling through social media feeds, jumping from one short video to another? Or when you try to keep up with all the trends, respond to every message, and still binge-watch that series marathon at the end of the day? All of this creates the feeling that time is flying. But in reality, it's not going any faster. We're just filling our days with excess. And the result? A sense of emptiness, because none of it truly adds meaning. We're busy, but we're not productive. We're informed, but we're not savoring life. The solution? Go back to the essentials. Minimalism isn't just about having fewer things. It's about prioritizing what truly matters. It's learning to say no to what doesn't add value, to create space for what really makes a difference. It could be a project that inspires you, a meaningful conversation, or even moments of silence to reflect. And if you feel like time is slipping through your fingers, maybe it's time to take stock. What in your life is taking up space but isn't taking you anywhere? What can you simplify to regain a sense of control? By prioritizing the essentials, you not only gain more time, you gain more purpose. Because in the end, what matters isn't how much you do, but the quality of what you do. So how about stopping right now and reflecting? What can I let go of to focus on what truly matters? Because by finding that balance, you'll realize that time was always on your side. It was just waiting for you to use it the right way. After reflecting on how excess can steal our sense of time and purpose, an inevitable question arises: how to simplify life in a world that pulls us in so many directions at the same time? The answer lies in a practice that can completely transform the way we live: minimalism and essentialism. 4. Adopting minimalism and essentialism. Have you ever stopped to think about how much we carry, physically, emotionally, and mentally, that leads us nowhere? It's like trying to run a marathon with a backpack full of stones. It might even seem like we're moving forward, but the weight prevents us from reaching our true potential. Minimalism isn't about living with almost nothing or giving up everything. It's about intentionality. It's about looking at what you have, do, and think, and asking yourself, does this really add value to my life? Does it help me grow? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to leave it behind. And essentialism goes even deeper. It's not just about reducing, but about focusing. It teaches us that we can't do everything, but we can do well the things that truly matter. It's about prioritizing what is meaningful and setting aside what merely takes up space. Think about your goals, your relationships, your time. How much of it is aligned with your values, and how much is being consumed by external expectations, distractions, or patterns you feel you need to follow, but that don't make sense to you? Here's the central point. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you're saying no to something that truly matters. So how about reversing that logic? How about starting to say yes only to what really makes you grow, what inspires you, and what brings you closer to your goals? The process can be challenging at first. After all, we're so used to accumulating that letting go seems difficult. But start slowly. Take a moment each day to reflect on what is essential for you. Limit distractions. It could be a simple habit, like reducing time on social media, or something bigger, like reevaluating your life priorities. By adopting minimalism and essentialism, you're not just simplifying your routine, you're building a solid foundation for progress. Because when we eliminate the excess, all that remains is what truly matters. And you know what's most amazing? The progress you make from there will be more consistent, more meaningful, and above all, more aligned with who you really are. So, how about taking the first step today? Remember, essentialism isn't about having more. It's about being more. As we simplify our lives and focus on the essentials, we begin to create a calmer and more organized internal space. But what about what happens outside? How do we maintain that serenity when the world seems to be falling apart? This is where the importance of cultivating a rational and resilient mindset comes in. 5. Rational mindset and resilience amid global chaos. The world is in constant flux. Just open any social media platform or turn on the news and we're bombarded with crises, conflicts, and tragedies. It's normal to feel overwhelmed by all of this, but there's a difference between perceiving chaos and being consumed by it. A rational mindset doesn't mean ignoring the world's problems, but rather learning to handle them intelligently and balanced. It's about knowing what's within your control and what's beyond it. And believe me, this distinction can be liberating. Think like this: you can't change what's happening in the world, but you can change how you respond to it. You can choose whether to let pessimism dominate you or to turn adversities into learning and motivation. Resilience starts with a simple question: how can I use this situation to grow? Instead of seeing challenges as barriers, view them as stepping stones. Every difficulty overcome strengthens your ability to face the next obstacle. And when everything seems bleak, remember that the change you want to see in the world starts with you. When you build solid pillars in your life, like character, discipline, and empathy, you not only become stronger, but also inspire others to do the same. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Bad news and external problems are like storms. They can batter the walls, but can't penetrate them because you've built this fortress with bricks of reason and resilience. Now, this doesn't mean completely disconnecting from the world. It means connecting in a healthy way. Help where you can, do what's within your reach, but never let chaos prevent you from moving forward, because in the end, your personal progress is the greatest contribution you can offer to the world. The secret lies in finding balance. Keep your feet firmly on reality, but let your mind imagine solutions, create possibilities, and dream of a better future. Remember, chaos can be loud, but your tranquility and determination have the power to silence it. So strengthen your mindset, maintain your focus, and keep building a path of progress. After all, you are the key to transforming not just your life, but the world around you. Building a resilient mindset not only helps us face chaos, but also prepares us for something greater, becoming agents of transformation. This leads us to a powerful reflection. How can the progress we make in our lives positively impact the world around us? 6. The connection between personal progress and impact on the world. Have you ever thought that every great change in the world started with a person who decided to take action? It might be hard to imagine how our individual choices can make a difference, but personal progress is like a stone thrown into a pond. The ripples it creates reach places far beyond where it landed. When you work to grow, to strengthen yourself and to develop, you're building a solid foundation that not only transforms your own reality, but also inspires those around you. A motivated person can spark motivation in others. A positive attitude can be the catalyst for a healthier environment. And it's not just that. As you progress, you also become more capable of helping others in practical ways. Think about how your life changes when you develop your skills, improve your mental health, or achieve financial stability. These advancements create opportunities to support those in need, share knowledge, and offer real solutions to the problems around you. The world might seem too big to fix, but the truth is that the most significant changes start on a small scale. When you act with integrity, uphold your values, and don't give up on your goals, you create a positive energy that spreads naturally. And you know what's the most beautiful part of all this? Sometimes the impact you make isn't even visible right away, but the seeds you plant along the journey, with your attitudes, words, and actions, have the power to bloom in the most unexpected places. Therefore, never underestimate the power of your progress. Every step you take toward a better version of yourself is shaping the world around you, even if it's in subtle ways. And by doing so, you also become a source of hope for those who feel lost. So, keep moving forward. No matter the size of the challenge or the pace of your progress, every move counts. Because in the end, the greatest change you can make in the world starts with yourself. And so, what impact do you want to leave behind? Think about that as we continue together on this journey of transformation and meaning. And so, we have reached the end of this journey together. I hope that along the way, you have found reflections that help you face challenges with more calmness, purpose, and confidence. Remember, even amidst chaos, you have the power to choose how to react. Every decision, every focused and calm action is a step toward a more meaningful life, aligned with who you truly are. The world can be loud, confusing, and often challenging, but you don't need to let it set your pace. As we have seen, it is possible to find clarity in the midst of excess, balance in the chaos, and progress even in difficult times. Now, I want to invite you to carry this message forward. If this content made sense to you, share it with someone who could also benefit. And of course, don't forget to like this video, leave your comment, and subscribe to the channel. These simple actions make all the difference in allowing more people to access content like this. Oh, and before we go, remember, progress doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be constant. Keep moving forward with tranquility, focus, and the certainty that you are building something incredible, not just for yourself, but for the world around you. Thank you so much for accompanying me up to here. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay calm, and never stop believing in your potential.